Shut up and sit down.
I'm back. I know what you were thinking. Oh, why did he come back? Oh, why not King Sam? Where is he? That's because my illness was temporary, whereas King Sam was his own illness, and I personally disposed of him. Now shut up and sit down. Tonight, we will be looking towards the Crash Course pay-per-view in 2 weeks' time for Mayhem, where there will be both Jax Wolfe and the linebacks using their rematch clauses, but the linebacks, you will still have no Wilson at ringside for that match. The best of luck to you. Also tonight, we will be crowning a new #1 contender for Sandra Piper's championship, as Adrian Reyes will get the match that I promised that she would, and she will take on Halie Bowen. Things are about to get heated, guys. The pay-per-views are going to get much bigger as we head to Insomnia, so be sure to keep an eye out for things to come. But now, I want to personally congratulate one man who, even though I had my doubts, proved me right and defended his title at lockdown against 5 other men inside the chamber match. I'd like to bring him out here and tell him well done in person. So please, welcome the defending WIW champion, Albright. Oi! Will you all shut up over there? Finally, someone is showing me respect that I have deserved for a long time. So do as the boss says, and all of you shut up and sit down. Blake, thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. Your faith in me meant everything, and I told you that I wasn't going to let you down again. And I will continue to do this for you. I will have an amazing title reign, and I am never dropping this title to anyone ever again. And don't think that I'm... Really? Never? Well, that's big talk for someone who's 1 of 5 in title defense attempts. You really think that you have beaten the best of the best by winning in that chamber last night, don't you? But guess what? You have never dealt with the hero of wrestling. And after I beat the former world champion last night, I think it's time that me, as the WIW champion, should be a thing. And it will be a thing. So what do you say? Me and you, 1-on-1 at Crash Course. You really want to prove you're the best? Then it's time to beat the best and take on the true hero of wrestling. Hero of wrestling? And you've earned that title by beating who? Jaden? I've beaten Jaden more times than I care to count. That's why I'm a 4-time world champion. Because of clowns like him and clowns like you who think they're the best, only to be put down by the X Factor Aaron Albright. You want to go? let's go, because I could do with an easy title defense after all I just went through last night. But you should be careful. Just because I know that I will win doesn't mean I'm taking it easy on you. So you prepare yourself, because in 2 weeks' time, you will help me cement my legacy. Legacy? Wow. You have defended the title once in 5 attempts and you think you're a Hall of Famer already? It may say 4-time champion, but when people look back on you and they will see you aren't a champion. Not now, not ever. Because when the pressure was applied, you couldn't get the job done. And that's why my victory will be a thing, and my rise to the top will be a thing. And as for why I'm the hero of wrestling, well, I guess you'll just have to find out in 2 weeks' time at Crash Course. You know what will be a thing? You in the hospital if you keep pretending that you're on my level. If you had what it took, you wouldn't have come out here and begged for a shot, because if you were really that good, you would already have a shot at me. So go ahead, hero, try your luck. Because I've played the villain my whole life, and now it's my turn to be the hero that Mayhem needs, whether they want it to be true or not. I will see you later tonight for our tag match. Until then, keep preparing yourself, hero. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Monday Night Mayhem, the first Mayhem following what was a historic lockdown pay-per-view just a night ago. My name is Darren Jacobs, and we are kicking things off tonight with the new Mayhem Tag Team Champions making their way to the ring. Damas and Black Jesus hold their titles for the first time around their waist, and look at them. Do they not look like they are kings of the world? The League of Gods did exactly what they said they would, and when lockdown came, they both escaped the cage at the exact same time, and they walked out the Mayhem Tag Team Champions, the League of Gods, Damas and Black Jesus. They said that they could beat them without Coach Wilson. They've done it in the past, and they said they'd do it again at lockdown, and they have done. And then, of course, but they still are not done with the threat of the Linebacks yet, because the Linebacks will, of course, have their rematch clause, which they'll be cashing in at Crash Course. So it's not quite done yet for them, but tonight they step up with a team that they're not exactly friends with. They're stepping up against the team who have been they've been in a lot of arguments with on social media, and mainly in the comments section. So the League of Gods will be facing them one-on-one, or two-on-two, excuse me, tonight. With the new tag team champions, they want to show their strength and their momentum. They can't afford to lose it because they've had such a good head of steam lately. And the Mayhem tag team champions, they can't afford to let it slip and show signs of weakness to the Linebacks. The team they're facing tonight, Lachlan and AD Nathaniel, the team known as Justice. Wanting to stamp their brand of justice on the tag team division tonight, they fight the champions in a non-title match. But you better believe a win here is going to go a long way in giving them a tag team title opportunity for the second time in their tag team career. They were a dominant team. They're one of the fastest rising teams in WIW. But they just couldn't get the final touches on their attempts at the tag team championships. However, they are ready. They believe they have what it takes to beat the League of Gods. And that's how this argument all started on social media. And tonight, both sides get to prove their point. Bell rings, and away we go. And once again, we kick off with Damas. And AD Nathaniel starting this one off. And now look at this. Oh, and there's an elbow drop off to the scoop-up slam. And straight away, Damas not wasting any time. It's important that they show their strength tonight here. First night out as tag team champions. And look at that. Straight away, we're already seeing the style of Lachlan and AD Nathaniel with their do-whatever's necessary attitude in stamping their own brand of justice onto WIW. And now Damas gonna play to the crowd. They're feeling confident. You can see it in just their presence to start this match. Damas and Jesus are feeling on top of the world right now. Their first ever championships in WIW, and for Black Jesus, that's his first title ever. And it's the same for Damas as well, but of course, Black Jesus being a WYW superstar, he hasn't had the most successful career, but he's finally captured Tag Team Championship, and I believe this is like the second tag team that he's actually had an attempt at it. So a big win for Black Jesus that was, and for Damas as well, with the sales of Damas, the new fragrance by Damas, going to go through the roof. Now his stock is going to increase as he becomes the tag team champion for the first time in his career. First of many, or maybe hopefully the first of a long title reign. We'll have to wait and see, but of course they've got many hungry challengers, and these two right up there, Lachlan and AD Nathaniel. No surprise that they'd be gunning straight for them, calling them out as soon as the championships were dropped by the linebacks. But they've got to know, they've got to be aware that the linebacks are going to be coming back stronger than ever. The last time they lost the titles, they won them back the next night in a rematch clause. So they've got to be careful, they can't afford to let it slip. First tag of the match, and in comes Black Jesus, and look at this, they just look so much more relaxed tonight. They finally got the job done, and you can already see the composure difference. Trying to make the tag, and he gets it. And in comes Lachlan, the Aussie Justice, he calls himself, with a 3 big boots there, just trying to keep Black Jesus down, which is proven to be easier said than done right now. Lachlan, and imagine the mastermind behind the team, although we don't know, of course, who exactly orchestrated the team. But Lachlan and AD Nathaniel, they've been a well-oiled machine. They're always on the same page. They know what the other is doing. They know what they're going to do. They have clear game plans coming into every single match, and that's what you've got to have in the tag team division. Well-organized teamwork, and that's exactly what they do. Yes, they have their own orthodox style of delivering their brand of justice, but they are always on the same page, and that is what makes Lachlan and AD Nathaniel so dangerous. They were tried together, of course, for the tag team tournament, and they never knew if it was going to work. They wasn't sure if they were going to go the whole way. They probably didn't even think about the tag team titles to begin with, but now they've worked together. They found really good friendship in that, and of course, finding their way through the whole competition to beat the Cottrells again in the finals, as they did in the first round, and that must have given them a huge boost. And of course, they've got to watch out for other teams as well, because up, down, down, I'm sure they'll be gunning for the titles sometime soon. They'll be eager to get back in the ring and get themselves another shot at the tag team championships. Oh, what's Damas going for here? Damas from the top. Oh, look at that double stomp from the Tree of Woe position. Very nice indeed from Damas, bringing out some new moves here tonight as well. Damas stepping up. So yeah, it's important. It's really important that they step up, because they're going to be gunning the Cottrells. I'm sure they'll be gunning for the titles, knowing that they've beaten, of course, they've beaten several of the teams before, and of course they are former WIW champions back in the trial era. And Lachlan sidestepping there, maybe an elbow drop attempt, but you're now trapped in the corner. Oh no, well escaped, very well escaped, and you can't afford to let the League of Gods get the momentum right now, which they definitely have. That is very, very obvious. Nice inverted DDT. Damas is on fire here tonight. And that's what happens, and the titles get around your waist and you feel like you're king of the world. But sometimes that can be a negative thing. Sometimes it makes you crumble under the pressure. Right now, they're not doing that. So Lachlan and AD Nathaniel, they need something big here to get it going. Oh my god, and they're going for it as well. Judge and the jury with the executioner. The executioner connects and straight into the cover to pin the tag champs. But Jesus was in so quickly, it was only a 1 count. And that turned the tide. Where did that come from? Not wasting any more time to land the executioner and try and get themselves back into this match after a really slow start. And now look at Damas, not looking so confident anymore. Really starting to slow down now, because that was a huge strike and he knows that. Taken down again with the punch. Oh, look at this. Oh, and a catapult under the bottom rope. And Damas tried to crawl and make the tag, and he desperately needs to do so. He's in trouble here. Trapped in the Justice corner. Oh, he's managed to escape. Inverted DDT. And Damas, he needs to think carefully if he's going to continue this attack. He needs to make a tag. He continues to hammer away on the back. Oh, and look at this. Damas taunting them right in the Justice corner. And he might live to regret that if he can't follow through with some offense. He does! And a very nice inverted Russian leg sweep. AD Nathaniel escapes the grasp there. And now might tag out again. No, opposite corner this time. Oh, and a massive clothesline. And now looking to tag Black Jesus. He makes the tag. Jesus is in and so is Lachlan. Lachlan and Black Jesus enter the ring again. Oh, and a massive shoulder tackle. The brute force of Black Jesus. Oh, ducks under the kick there, Lachlan. Very well timed on the get up. And what's he thinking? Oh, and just a takedown there with the elbow. Damas has rolled. This could be Justice's chance to take down the tag team champions, and what a victory that would be. Because you got to imagine if they can beat the tag champs, they're definitely in line for a tag team opportunity again later down the line. Of course, they know that they won't get one at Crash Course, because at Crash Course, we will be seeing the rematch of the League of Gods versus the Linebacks. But the general manager has already come out and he's made a statement. Oh, look at that! A massive buckle bomb from Black Jesus. And the GM has already come out and said that that Coach Wilson will not be allowed at ringside for their matchup. He doesn't want to see them depend on him too heavily. He wants to see if they really are the true tag team champions like they believe they are. Then they have to start proving it without the aid of Wilson. Oh, went for the spinning back fist. Well blocked there by Lachlan. Lachlan did very well just to sidestep that one. And now has him trapped in the corner. What's he thinking? Spinning him around. Oh, look at this. Oh, and a lovely little stunner there from the ropes as well. Very nicely indeed. Well done there by Lachlan. And now to the corner again. The gods are in trouble. The momentum has turned so much. And now Lachlan. Lachlan lining up for something big, looking to punish the tag team champions. In trouble was Jesus. Superplex to the outside. Lethal move there. Big impact right on the outside, and the tag team champions getting worked on here tonight. And the referee continues to count. But Lachlan going to spend a little bit more time on the outside. He's having fun out here. Jesus going to stop him right in his tracks and clothesline him right into the apron. Oh dear, look at this. Oh, I thought maybe lining up for rolling peace there, and AD Nathaniel decides against it. It's that count of 7. And Lachlan's looks like it's going to chuck him back into the ring. He does, count of 8. And Lachlan needs to get back into the ring now, and he does. Follows through. Oh, and tried to run there. Made to pay for it. There's an atomic drop. Always a cheap shot, trying to make the tag to Damas. And Lachlan couldn't stop him. Back in comes Damas. And Damas, he needs a momentum changer now. He needs to do something big because they had the control early on, but it's Lachlan and AD Nathaniel in thorough control at this very moment. After hitting that first executioner, they have been in control, and now Damas and Jesus need to answer back. Oh, might have been thinking greetings from Greece there, but well countered by Lachlan, who's doing really good since he's come into this match. And now the big strike by Damas. We know he's a heavy hitter, but Lachlan, very much of an aggressive fighter, and he will not back away from the striking game, and lands with a sidewalk slam. Well, Lachlan and AD Nathaniel in a good place to win this now, because he's down on the outside, Black Jesus, and they have Damas one-on-one right now. This could be the moment, the opener that they need. There's an elbow drop by Damas, and a kip up for style. Trying to show some signs of composure, even though they are struggling in this matchup. Spin around with the punch. Lifting him up. Oh, and look at a face buster from Damas. Massive face buster. And now look at this, the jabs. Damas turning the tide back in their favor after the huge spell of momentum from Justice. Is he going to tag out? He does. Back in comes Jesus. And that's a questionable move. Jesus wasn't exactly doing very well in this matchup, but what can he bring back to the table? Spinning back fist! Spinning back fist, okay. He's silenced me. Lachlan just tossing him to the other side of the rope so he can escape for the moment. And in comes AD Nathaniel. Oh, but Nathaniel gets caught. Nathaniel gets caught, and he might be setting up now for the Greek Bomb. For the first time as Mayhem Tag Team Champions. Greek Bomb connects. And straight into the cover goes Damas. Is it going to be enough? Lachlan nowhere to see. Nowhere to be seen. Lachlan couldn't make it in time, but into the cover again. Trying to just score the cover here. And 80 Nathaniel. And second to count. And a drop kick to the back there by Damas as well. And with Lachlan down now on the outside, he couldn't get there in time to break up the count, but 80 Nathaniel found his own strength to kick out, but he needs to be careful now because how much left does he have in the tank? You can't afford to keep taking the big hits. And that's a big one there with the Greek bomb. And now lifting him up. Oh, no, Damas prevents the suplex and lands with a suplex of his own. Even ricochets off the ropes as well. Lachlan back to his feet and just in time because Damas is looking ready to wrap this one up himself. Damas lifting him up, looking for greetings from Greece. Connects! Greetings from Greece. And into the cover. Lachlan, no energy to come and break it up. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The kick out by 80 Nathaniel. And look at Damas pacing around the ring. He can't believe it. Owen was looking for an elbow drop from the middle rope. Taken down by Lachlan. And now look at this, going to take out his frustrations on his partner. Well, the League of Gods trying their best to get the job done here. They are stepping up the best they know how, but what a clothesline! The force behind that clothesline drags him away from their corner. He's going straight into the cover off of it. Have they stolen the win here over the League of Gods? They've done it! What a clothesline, folded him inside out. And Justice have picked up a win over the tag team champions on their first night as champions. That is not a good sign. They've got a rematch in just 2 short shows against the linebacks. They can't afford to be losing matches like this. These are must-win matches. But once again, Lachlan and AD Nathaniel show their strength and show why they're such a well thought-out tag team. Their brawlish styles and their die-hard attitudes are there, and they got the job done. But the question is now, this shapes things. This changes things. This win tonight. Does the general manager have to think about adding this team potentially to the match? Or will he wait until after Crash Course and give them a chance of their own? We'll have to find out, but a big win for Justice here tonight for the League of Gods. It's back to the drawing board because they need to prepare for Crash Course. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Next up tonight, it is a matchup one-on-one, and this man, Brad Skeens, needs to attempt now to rebuild and regroup following the loss that he suffered at the Elimination Chamber match at Lockdown, because he took some risks. He took some risks picking to do this match. Of course, remember, he exchanged his rematch clause for the European Championship for that match, so he now doesn't have the European Championship or the WIW Championship. So now he has to rebuild. He has to regroup. He needs to find something here to figure out what to do. So I don't know what's next for Brad Skeens, but it's important that he does. For Brad Skeens, he commented and he said he wasn't too upset with the result. The odds were definitely stacked against him in that match. Of course, it was because, you know, he had a 1 in 6 chance of walking out the winner. But for Skeens, he said that he was just happy that he managed to get 1 elimination, and it was on the man that he really wanted to eliminate, and that was Original Brad. And I'm sure Original Brad not too happy about that one. These two have been battling for weeks verbally, and now doing it physically inside the chamber, trying to prove that one of them is the best Brad in the company. And Skeens right now with the last laugh on that message. Tonight, though, the general manager has partnered him with someone else who's in desperate need of recovery after several huge losses as of late. It is Bomber, ready to go and trying to steer his WIW career back on track. It hasn't been so successful for him yet, but tonight he's trying to get himself back on track, and what a win it would be. Skeens is in phenomenal form right now, probably the form of his career, and tonight Bomber needs to try and recapture some of his form because he's got one tough task ahead of him. He can't let Skeens just go in there and dominate him because he knows he will if he gives him the space. But Bomber, he's a tough guy, a true powerhouse, and he just hasn't had the success that he did when he first came in. I guess people are prepared for him now. People know what he's going to do. They know what to expect. But hopefully tonight he's brought something to the table to prove everyone wrong. Well, looks like we're getting ready here to go. The bell rings and away we go. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Well, look who's out here. It's original Brad. Look at this. What's Brad doing out here? And I think Brad's coming round to take a seat, and we've seen this before, and it never ends well. And it looks like Brad's coming to see. Well, keep his eye on Brad Skeen. Clearly some unfinished business with these two. Brad still not happy about the fact he eliminated him in the chamber. And it looks like Brad will be spectating this one here from the commentary side. And the bell rings and away we go officially. And Bomber going straight out the gate here to work. But look at that. Well escaped there by Skeens there. And a nice little collar and elbow tie. We don't see much chain wrestling from the men's division. The women's division, they always seem to start with chain wrestling. But straight out the gate here, chain wrestling. Breaking the hold there is Brad Skeens and an elbow. Good start. First blow. Always the important one. And original Brad here just sitting and watching at ringside. And he's just, spectating for now. But for how much longer? Because it never ends that way. Original Brad, a true veteran, the first ever world champion. Has been here since the trial era. Of course, wasn't so successful in the trial era. But came here, he found his feet, he became a world champion. And it looked like things were going great for him. But then the Wolfpack sent him on a downward spiral that sent him back, which then sent him away from Fight Night and into Mondays. Since then, he's been in search for a title, and he just hasn't get it. And the reason why every time seems to be this man, Brad Skeens, getting in his way, slowing him down, preventing him from taking what he wants. And of course, these two have been battling before Brad even came to Fight Night about who was the better Brad. And so far, on the majority of occasions, it's been Brad Skeens that proved that he is. And a beautiful sidewalk slam there onto the backbreaker as well. Bomber is in complete control right now. For Bomber, this is a huge match. He can't afford to get distracted. He has to take advantage of anything, any mistake that Brad Skeens make. Bomber, you can't understate the importance of this match. We've got some massive pay-per-views coming up in the next couple of months. We are getting even closer to Insomnia. I can almost taste it. And he needs to make sure that he books his ticket to Insomnia. And he needs to do that by starting to impress, because he ain't going to be booked for Insomnia if he can't start pulling some wins together. For Brad Skeens, he's becoming more and more confident as time goes on. He's a lot more composed than when he started. What a clothesline by Bomber. The power behind that one. And now beating him down. Massive shot to the head and then to the back as well. And now Bomber into the cover. He's done a lot of damage, but didn't even get a count on that occasion. And a well-contested fight here, but Bomber in complete control. And that's what I'm saying, he's a powerhouse. It confuses me how Bomber got off to such a good start, winning 2 or 3 matches solidly in a row. And then from there just slipped. He kind of just fell into obscurity. And after big losses to people such as Dixon and, #1 contender matches, it hasn't been a great road for Bomber. But Bomber is trying his hardest to work his way back to the top here in WIW. Look at that! Shoulder tackle to the outside. And Brad patiently watches on there on the outside. You can see him at the top right of your screen. Brad, I'm sure, would love to get his revenge, but for right now, he's just sitting there, not getting himself involved. He wants to see what Brad Skeens can do. He knows Brad Skeens pretty well now. They've been in 2 separate occasions in the same title match. And now look at this, Skeens Irish whip to the corner. Oh, and here we go. As soon as I talk about commentator's curse, Brad, with a chair half in the table apparently, gonna confront him. I know he had a feeling these two would come to blows. And looks like Bomber's gonna take advantage. He couldn't keep Bomber down for long enough to confront Brad, and Brad's just gonna applaud, and he's just gonna leave. That's all he wanted to do. We knew that was coming. He just wanted to cause the distraction and leave. He's just trying to throw Skeens off, trying to get the better of him, but Skeens won't let it happen. We know Skeens is a brilliant fighter, but we also know how powerful the first ever World Heavyweight Champion, Original Brad, really is. Skeens, of course, never winning the world title. Look at this. As Brad walks up the ramp, he's getting a message sent right to him here. Package pile driver. And maybe thinking spear, maybe anaconda bite, maybe he really wants to send this message and drive it home here. But then again, Bomber's hardly taking any hits. He might not be ready to be put away. Look at this, Bomber shakes it off. And this is the power we were talking about from Bomber before. Where on earth has this kind of performance been for the last couple of weeks, last couple of months? Into the cover goes Bomber. Is he going to get it done? Oh, nearly. See what I mean? He hasn't really hit like a really significant blow, but yet he's getting the 2 count because he's just been in control of this match. Oh, wait a minute, Skeens! Skeens with a spear! From out of nowhere, the spear connects into the cover. Is that going to be enough to put away Bomber? Yes, it is! And Bomber just falls short to a surprise spear from Brad Skeens. Big connection. Well, the package pile driver turning the tide back in his favor. Well, Bomber, that was a match he definitely was in control of. And he could have walked out the winner on that on any other night. But a big spear gets the job done. And Brad Skeens is able to knock off Bomber. And despite Brad's distractions, he can still get the job done. But where's he going? Oh, Brad's back! Brad's here at the top of the ramp. Oh dear, things are about to go down. These two have been hating each other since they even found out each other existed. And now these two are about to collide heads here. And look at this, these two trading fists. The referee trying to separate them, and more security coming out here to try and break up these two bitter enemies who just can't seem to separate each other. The crowd seem to be really into it though. But look at this hostility between these two. Well, when these two collide again, I'm assuming they're going to collide at Crash Course. They've got to, surely. We'll find out soon enough. I hear they'll be crowning another victim for me soon. Great. You know, for the last few months, nothing has brought me more joy than choking people to death and beating them to a pulp. Everyone thought Catherine. Catherine would be a challenge for me. Please. No one is a match for me. I am the best in the world. There is no man or woman that can step in the ring with me and keep me down for longer than 2 seconds. I will crush anyone who thinks that they can take the title away from me. Anyone! So, to whoever is next on the list, be afraid. Be very afraid. Because I'm coming for you. And you won't like what comes next. Strong words indeed from a powerful, powerful woman there. Sandra Piper sending a warning to anyone who's next to step up to her. And I think we might be finding out later on tonight an idea of who's coming up next for Sandra Piper. But first up, before that, we have Stephen Miller, the real deal, coming back into the ring. And like Brad Skeens, he needs a bounce back now. He needs a big victory. Because, of course, after everything that just went down at the Elimination Chamber, yes, he's still going to be feeling the effects. And remember, this is only 1 day after lockdown. Still going to be feeling the effects. But for Stephen Miller, a man who was unfairly treated, to say the very least, in the Elimination Chamber matchup, came in an entry too early due to a pod malfunction, as the general manager cleared up this morning. Yeah, that was an interesting encounter. So Steve Miller in there for maybe longer than he would have liked. And maybe those 30 seconds, especially when it comes to someone like Stephen Miller, could have made all the difference. Well, Steve Miller, a tough man to beat, but he's coming up against someone who believes he can. And tonight, this man has to hang his head in shame following his Hell in a Cell defeat. It is the mastermind, the plan himself, Jaden. Jaden has hit almost rock bottom at this point. Jaden has gone from being a two-time world champion to losing the titles, to losing the #1 contendership opportunities, to losing at Mind Games, and now with the biggest loss of his that he sees in his mind, the biggest loss coming to SDC at the Hell in a Cell match at Lockdown. It's been a tough road for Jason. He can't get much lower. And he's got to be careful, because if he really does want this title and he wants to push himself back to the top, become a 3-time world champion, he has to start doing that. He needs to start winning. He needs to start pushing himself towards the top again. He needs to make himself the top dog again, like he was when he first came here to WIW. But for Jaden, it's a long fall from the top, and he needs to start working his way back up the ladder. Anyway, Jaden, with the bell ringing, away we go. And let's see how this one goes. Jaden not going to waste any time to get straight to work here on Steve Miller. And that's what he needs to do. He can't afford to let Steve Miller get going. He's a tough old fighter. Takes a lot to keep that man down, as we find out all the time. There's a nice suplex, even laying him off the ropes. Jaden, of course, you can imagine, going to be extra angry tonight. All that built-up frustration after all the losses that he's been taking lately. It's not adding up to a good time for Jaden. Of course, last time of Final Conflict, he did pick up a win, but that was his last win back at Final Conflict. That was the last time we actually see him successful. Look at that. There's a nice shot there by Steve Miller. Tried to back him into a corner, but neither men letting that happen. And it's been a tough time for Jaden. And for a lot of people will just see that as karma coming back around finally. Oh, look at that. What a move there by Steve Miller. Steve Miller never short of a new move in the arsenal. He reminds me of a young King Sam, and the way that he always has something new to offer. And something new that we haven't seen to bring to the ring. Into the cover here on Jaden. Going to try and wrap this one up early. He's going to get a 1 count. But for the real deal, it's a man who's been rising to the top and did not stop. And of course, he got his first World Championship opportunity in the Elimination Chamber. Probably didn't put on as great as a show as he would have liked. But at the same time, in typical Steve Miller fashion, it took one hell of a job to keep that man down for a count of 3. And Steve Miller is one of the top guys here. He knows that. And Jaden was up there as well. Look at this Jaden. He's had enough now, doing whatever is necessary to get back to the top of the mountain. And what a way to do that than beating Steve Miller here in a beautiful move there. Jaden to the middle rope. And I think the problem with Jaden is that he has one clear plan. Every time he goes into the ring, he has that plan. But if the plan goes wrong, he can't steer away from it. He tries to execute the plan, even though the plan's already falling apart. And that's his biggest problem. Look at the flips here from Jaden. And maybe if he drops a couple of pounds, maybe the Cruiserweight division isn't too far out of reach for this man. Irish whip to the outside. And now what's he thinking? Oh, dear. Oh, what a beautiful sunset flip to Steve Miller, who's really not started off well here. Jaden definitely coming out angry with a point to prove, as I said. He's really got to start working his way back to the top again. And this is a great way to do it with a win against Steve Miller. Oh, there's a knee strike. Beautiful connection. And for Steve Miller, I wonder what's next for him now, because in the last couple of months, he's missed out on a European Championship opportunity. He's missed out on the WIW Championship last night at Lockdown. So what's next? I mean, he's eligible for a Cruiserweight title. Is he realistically going to want that? Well, no, maybe not, because although the Cruiserweight title is growing in prestige and everybody seems to be gunning for it who's eligible, I don't see it being a perfect fit for Steve Miller, especially since he's worked so hard to make himself a World Championship caliber talent. But then again, you know, he had his chance at Lockdown and it just didn't pay off for him. And speaking of not paying off, there's the rolling knee bar. Oh, but he just manages to hook the leg. And once again, Jaden, it's poor ring awareness. He really needs to stop rolling through on this knee bar and just get down to business. And this is Jaden in a nutshell. He needs to start thinking more clearly. He calls himself the mastermind and a true genius at work, but he makes so many mistakes. Or Steve Miller might have made one here by taunting. Kicks out at one on the roll-up. Jaden is in control of this match, that is to be said. But Steve Miller, as we know, takes nothing short than a bust to keep this man down. And even still, he might find a way to get up after his hit. The real deal for a reason. Now in that bottom turnbuckle, now look at this, choking him out, and the referee trying to force him to break the hold, and you can sense the frustration now on Steve Miller. And you can sense it on everyone here tonight, that growing frustration after lockdown. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. What? Is that Travis? What's Travis doing out here? Well, Travis's music is playing. We don't see Travis. Steve Miller getting frustrated, though. And, oh, dear. Travis from behind. Travis from behind. Look at this. Gut-wrench powerbomb. And Travis rolls out the ring. Gut-wrench powerbomb to Stephen Miller. And Travis just walks away. Look at that. What was that about? Well, Jaden now has Steve Miller down. He needs to crawl and make the cover, but not in the best of conditions himself. He's trying to crawl over now. Can he just get a shoulder over? He does. Stephen Miller in jeopardy of losing here. No, he kicks out at 2.5. He survives in this match, but what was that about? Steve Miller hit with the gut-wrench powerbomb by Travis Cottrell, and Travis Cottrell we haven't seen in weeks just makes a new appearance here and ambushes Stephen Miller of all people. Well, he might live to regret that one, but look at this. Oh, and a beautiful move there. 619 almost. Instead with the knees, Steve Miller just refusing to back down. This is what I'm saying. A massive gut-wrench powerbomb. Not many people kick out of that, and yet he found a way. And now look at this. Trying to turn the tide and win this himself. Tie driver. And Jaden in trouble here. This would be a big loss if he loses. No, he kicks it too. And we knew this would be a good match. And it hasn't failed to disappoint. Steve Miller couldn't get the job done there with the tie driver. And he's not got much left in the tank, Stephen Miller. And I think Jaden knows that. He needs just one big move here to just wrap this up if he can. Oh, well flipped out there to avoid the fireman's carry slam. And now it's killed him. Underhook, brainbuster connects. And Jaden taunting now almost to say this is too easy. Even though he's really struggled in this match. Stephen Miller. Oh, but now he's going for it. Phoenix Splash to wrap up Stephen Miller. This could easily be enough here. Phoenix Splash, and look how awkward that landing was. Look at this. Oh, and that's going to cause so much pain. Steve Miller hit there with the Phoenix Splash. Is that going to be enough for Jaden to knock off Steve Miller? No, he kicks again. A gut-wrench powerbomb, a knee bar, and a Phoenix Splash, and still Steve Miller kicks out. What is this man made of? Just refuses to go down, refuses to stay down, and now Jaden just doing whatever it takes to deal with him, whatever it takes to get the job done. And now Jaden turning him around, maybe trying to lock the knee bar in from the ground rather than the roll, but Jaden just couldn't get it locked in, but still found a counter though for Steve Miller, who's trying to fight back. He's hurt though. Surely he can't just sit here and take all these shots. He needs to start mounting some offense. Now trying to lift him up again. This time connects. GTS. It's Steve Miller being hit with all kinds of attacks. He needs to do something here. There's a snap suplex. Jaden to the top again for another Phoenix Splash. Surely this one's going to do the job. Phoenix Splash again. Beautiful connection. This one a lot cleaner. That is definite. Big Phoenix Splash. And Jaden into the cover. Surely that's done it. No, what? Jaden, look at his face. He can't believe it. Steve Miller kicks again. And another springboard shooting star press. Look at Jaden. He's tired. He's hurt. He's feeling the effects of the Hell in a Cell match that he just went through. And still, Steve Miller just gets up and plays to the crowd. This is unbelievable. It's unreal. The heart of this man. Well, Jaden, he can't be liking what he's seeing. He must be having flashbacks to the first time that him and SDC locked down, because that's exactly what we're seeing right now. He hit SDC with 5 Phoenix splashes and still didn't walk out the winner in that one, but then again, he also took a fair share of shots himself. And now Steve Miller. Oh, look at this. Oh, and a beautiful swinging neck breaker on the outside, draping him over the bottom rope. And Jaden tosses him back into the ring. He's going to take a second to breathe. Maybe thought about leaving in the end, but he knows he has a point to prove here. He has to work his way back up the rank. Oh, and the exposed turnbuckle. I didn't even notice that. I forgot about it. And now, up on the shoulders, Steve Miller trying to wriggle out of it. But look at this. Jaden refusing to let him. He is doing everything in his power to keep him down, and a massive power slam onto the apron. Is that going to be enough to keep down Steve Miller? It's a 2 again. And the problem Steve Miller faced at the chamber, he was hit with nearly everyone's finisher, and eventually you can't kick out anymore. Middle rope Phoenix Splash this time. Look at this, Jaden just doing everything he possibly can to put Steve Miller away, and he's struggling. He's even had assistance from Travis to put this one away, and he still hasn't got the job done. And Steve Miller kicking back, still refusing just to lay down and die, but he doesn't have much left in the tank, that is obvious. Gets him behind. Oh, this could be problematic. Captain's Hook submission, and flips it into the Dragon Sleeper. And he's got him. Jaden taps. Unbelievable. Unfreaking believable. What is this man made of? He is a machine. Just refuses to go down. And Jaden, he gave everything in his power to win that match. There was the tie driver earlier that just couldn't get the job done. One of many Phoenix splashes by Jaden. Just couldn't get the job done. And in the end, Steve Miller once again walks out victorious. I don't know how he does it. He just kicks out of everything. And eventually, if you kick out of everything, you're going to walk out the victor. And that's exactly what he's done here tonight. Yet again, Steve Miller once again amazes the crowd, and he's proving why he's the real deal, why he is World Championship material. Well, what Travis's beef is with Steve Miller, I guess we'll have to find out. But it is time to move on down the rest of the card. Big win for Steve Miller. Next up tonight, before tonight's main event, some women's action. And Sandra Piper has already come out and threatened everyone, threatened she's going to do whatever it takes to keep the title. And she's made that abundantly clear in the way that she wrestles. First woman out is Adrian Reyes. She, before the pay-per-view of Lockdown, managed to pick up a win against Catherine Albright, before Catherine Albright suffered a horrible choked out loss to Sandra Piper inside the Hell in a Cell. And that poor woman, I would have hated to have been her in that circumstance. But Adrian Reyes, as a result, is getting another opportunity here. And tonight, she steps in the ring and shows what she can do. This is very much a #1 contenders match. I believe these are the last 2 women to get a shot at the title, and Adrian Reyes has shown that she's capable of beating the contenders. Whether she can beat the champion or not, we'll have to find out, but she has to win here tonight first. And she goes up against Halie Bowen, who's ready to step up and take her chance. She's gone one-on-one with the champion before. Didn't turn out so well, but she's ready and gunning to get back into the ring and prove herself. Sandra Piper just said, bring on the next one. She's ready to just take on whoever comes their way and just knock him back down again. Neither of these women are going to give an edge in this match. They both want the same thing, and that's the Women's Championship. They're one of the last 2 to get the opportunity to do it here on the Mayhem brand, because Sandra Piper just destroying everybody in her path. But tonight, this is their opportunity. This is their moment. They have to capitalize on it. Will they be able to get the job done when the pressure is on? #1 contenders match for the Mayhem Women's Championship. They're going to shake hands, but I'm sure there's going to be no love between these 2 when the bell rings. Bell rings, and away we go. And Adrian Reyes and Halie Bowen just proving my point here, starting with the collar and elbow tie-up Of course, as we saw at Lockdown, Catherine Albright suffered the same fate as Elliot Rogers and was choked out to the point where she didn't even tap. She just completely passed out, and she's in rough condition. She will not be returning for a while, but we're running out of women to go and take this woman on. We're running out of people to actually step up and face this woman because she's too dangerous. She is too lethal, and she's too big of a problem. And again, she retains the Fight Night the Mayhem Women's Championship. And we'll be watching on tonight to see how this progresses. Oh, look at that. There's a neck breaker. Very interesting way of getting into that, but it's a neck breaker indeed. Now, Adrian Reyes, very capable, very versatile fighter. Quite deceptively strong, but prefers her agility, just like her partner in crime, Estrella Chico, the star boy. Estrella Chico, I'm sure, will be returning to action soon. He hasn't been picking up the wins as of late, but Reyes has definitely been doing so, and she's caught the eye of the GM. Following her last win, the GM did promise her that she wouldn't be part of Lockdown, but she would be promised and granted a #1 contenders match. He did specify that, and tonight here she is having a chance to make up for the opportunity. Halie Bowen hasn't really had a head of steam, hasn't had much momentum since debuting here on Monday Night Mayhem. Adrian Reyes made one last big statement, one last big push in her attempt to become women's champion just before Lockdown, and now beginning to step forward to get there. There's a Pele kick onto Halie Bowen. Is that going to be enough to keep Halie Bowen down and out for the count? It's a 2 count. And a good start it's been from Adrian Reyes. And now Reyes ready to put this one away. Not going to waste any more time. Adrian Reyes, what's she got in store? Oh, wait, no. No, well escaped there by Halie Bowen. Bowen getting out of the way there. Halie Bowen. And now taking her down. Bowen doing a great job now of fighting back. She has to, because Reyes has got off to a great start. She can't afford to let her get ahead of steam. Spins her around. What's she setting up for here? Electric chair. Oh, look at this. Oh, and a beautiful slam down into the cover. Is that enough to put away Reyes? It's a 2. And the electric chair driver doesn't get the job done there from Halie Bowen. Or Halie Bowen, or however you wish to pronounce it. I believe it's pronounced Halie. And now, onto the apron. Oh, what's this? Bowen's getting reckless here. Is it going to pay off? Oh, look at that. The force behind that as well. Oh, trying to make her flinch there, but instead she won't have none of that. Remember, #1 contendership, women's championship opportunity on the line to face Sandra Piper in just 2 short weeks' time for the Mayhem Women's Championship at Crash Course. And now lifting her up. What's the play here? Oh, and just stunning her right there on the eyes. And things are getting really heated in the women's division, especially now that Sandra Piper is taking names and just chalking off everybody on the women's division. Everybody must be fearful for their lives, but they all want the prize. They all want to be champions. They all want to be on top of the world, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. But right now at the top of the mountain, there's just this massive, monstrous beast of a woman trying to slow him down every hurdle. Look at this, managed to get behind here into the submission hold, and Reyes might be trouble here. The submission hold applied. Well snuck behind there by Halie Bowen. In trouble is Adrian Reyes if she can't find a way out of this hold. Forcing the break herself there. She let it go, Halie Bowen. Lining up for the end instead. Trying to land the electric chair driver again. One more time. Reyes is in trouble. No. Wisely gets behind. And now trying to get behind her as well. Another counter this time by Reyes. By Bowen. And now Reyes again with the counter. Look at the arms. Beautiful. Double underhook suplex. And Reyes trying to rebuild the head of steam that she started the match with. The Star Girl doing the job right now. And now look at this. Onto the ropes. Halie Bowen in a spot of trouble here. Oh, ducks under one. And another. And follows through with an uppercut. Beautiful sequence there by Adrian Reyes, who's ready to put this one away. Halie Bowen's in trouble. What's she got in store for her? Oh, no, a lovely little pump handle suplex. Very nicely done indeed by Adrian Reyes. And into the cover. Is that done enough for her to get a Mayhem Women's Championship shot? That's a 3. Wait, the referee is saying that it's a 2 and that she's kicked out at 2, but I didn't see a kick out. Where did that come from? That's a blatant 3 count, but the referee's not called it. And now back into the submission hold. Halie Bowen's wasted no time. And now Reyes is in trouble. This could be the end of her right here, and the referee might have just cost her the match. Submission hold applied. She's got nowhere to go. But once again, Bowen releases the hold. What on earth was that about from the referee? I have to see that one again, because that is either the closest 3 count I've ever seen in my life, or that was a 3 count the referee has just robbed Adrian Reyes in this match, and now she might be made to pay for it. Electric chair driver again. Good night, Reyes. Count to 100. Halie Bowen. No! Bowen in shock as Reyes clearly kicks out at 2. Unbelievable. Neither woman backing down, giving an edge, but I have a feeling this match should have ended already. Oh, look at this from behind. Beautiful suplex, double underhook. And Reyes and Bowen giving everything they've got. They've got to show their toughness. Remember, they're going up to face the women's champion, Sandra Piper, whoever wins this. So they need to show that they're not scared. They just need to show their capabilities and that they're ready for the title. And they're ready to be the one to finally dethrone Sandra Piper. They need to prove that here tonight. That's exactly what they're trying to do. Aeroplane spin here from Halie Bowen. And into a cutter. And all of a sudden, it's kicking out at 3. She is in control here. Kick out at 2 from Adrian Reyes. Very questionable match, this one. I'm not sure about the referee's decision there, but the match does continue. And Halie Bowen is trying to take control once again. Oh, look at that. Was looking for an exploder suplex. Well countered there by Halie Bowen. And now going to make her pay by tossing her across the ring. And now in a bad spot is Adrian Reyes. What's Halie Bowen doing? Oh, right to the back of the neck. She's just trying to soften her up, so she locks that submission in one more time. She got her, but she's looking for the electric chair driver again. Reyes with nothing left in the tank. Up on the shoulders again. This is surely the end. Electric chair driver. And Halie Bowen is going for Sandra Piper. No! What? What? Unbelievable. Look at this, Halie Bowen. Has to step out of the ring. Even she can't believe it. Unbelievable. How was Adrian Reyes just kicked out of that? A third electric chair driver. And still Adrian Reyes is fighting on in this match. How is she doing this? What is she running on right now? Unbelievable stuff. She's just refusing to stay down. And now look at this. Oh, a submission hold hit by Reyes. Reyes now with a submission hold. And she's got her in a bad place here. Halie Bowen with no rope support. Breaks the hold there, Reyes. But now Reyes looking for the pump handle again to wrap this one up for her. Pump handle suplex. Got it! This could be it for Bowen. I'm not going to say count to 100 for a second time and be wrong. Adrian Reyes into the cover. Is she next to face Sandra? No! What a match. This is incredible. Neither woman backing down. They're both just kicking out of everything. What a match. Well, these two are the last sole survivors of the rampage that Sandra Piper has been on. And these two are doing whatever it takes to make sure that they get a women's championship opportunity. The heart they are showing here tonight is incredible. But only one of them can walk out with a women's championship opportunity. That's all that's at stake tonight. Halie Bowen got caught watching there, Halie. Halie, however you wish to pronounce it. Oh, a nice chop. Oh, look at this. A beautiful sequence here by Adrian Reyes right in the corner. And they're both getting desperate here. Desperately just trying to walk away the winner. They've given a lot in this match already just to walk out in the state that they have into the cover. Oh, and it's only a 2. And Halie Bowen doing what exactly what she set out to do here, and that's to put on a great show for the crowd, but she's had a controversial decision to start. But from there, she's really progressed in this match and proven that she deserves to be still fighting on in this match. But Adrian Reyes has looked amazing, kicking out of everything tonight. She really is impressing. But she needs to land the final blow. She needs to do the finishing touch. She needs to get this one in the books so she can go on to face Sandra Piper. And now picking her up. And now look at this, looking for the underhook again. Double underhook suplex. And into the cover straight away. Is that going to be enough? The referee straight down to make the cover. Halie Bowen's in trouble. 2 count again. Sandra not liking that one bit, but she does get out again. And now playing to the crowd who are loving this. They are absolutely loving this incredible matchup between Halie Bowen and Adrian Reyes in this #1 contenders battle for the Mayhem Women's Championship. Reyes now looking to fly, use that natural springboard offense of the Starboy and Stargirl relationship that they have. I'm sure Alicia Chico's taught her all that she knows. Halie Bowen still fighting back though, now has her in the corner. No, well caught again by Reyes. And now, look at this, looking for it one more time. Pump handle suplex. Pump handle suplex by Reyes. And straight into the cover. Is that enough? Surely now, she's got the job done. No! This is incredible. This is absolutely incredible. 3 finishes each, and neither one of them still have been taken down. And now Adrian Reyes has her in the corner. No, Halie Bowen has her in the corner. Choking her out here. And Bowen just stalking her prey now, trying to do something here. What's she thinking? Oh, she's going to go for the same submission that Reyes just tried. She's very close to the ropes, Reyes. She could just reach it, surely. I don't think she realizes where she is, so she's in that corner, but she just needed to reach out her arm there. She forces the break anyway. Adrian Reyes refusing to back down. Oh, went for a cutter, couldn't connect. Caught the kick there, Adrian Reyes. And surely we're one big move away from finishing this, but I've said that so many times already in this match. Oh, what's she thinking? Oh, she's setting her up. Electric chair. This could be the end right here. Electric chair driver. Oh, wait, she's reversed it. Gets out into the Hurricane Rana. And she survives again. Adrian Reyes not giving up. Kicks out of the, manages to get away from the electric chair. And now looking for the pump handle slam. This could be the end now. Pump handle. She's got her. Surely. Yes. Suplex again. Pump handle suplex. Moves her away from the ropes. And is this it? Has Adrian Reyes booked her ticket for Crash Course 2? Finally, she's done it. Adrian Reyes wins one of the best matches of the night. The best match of the night, bar none so far. What a contest. Both these women just gave it their all, unleashed everything they had here tonight with the sole purpose of walking out with the #1 contender for Sandra Piper's Mayhem Women's Championship. And tonight, it's Adrian Reyes who carries on the momentum that she built just before lockdown and is now going to Crash Course to face Sandra Piper for the Mayhem Women's Championship. Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of people probably wouldn't have thought that she'd be such a threat to Sandra Piper. But you know what? If I was Sandra Piper right now, I'd be very afraid of what's to come, because that was an absolutely incredible performance by Adrian Reyes here tonight, and she has thoroughly earned this #1 contendership match. Big win from Adrian Reyes. Time to move on to tonight's main event. Main event of the evening, and it is a tag team encounter. And we're getting used to seeing these tag team matches as of late. You know, these champions and contenders. This isn't a champions versus contenders, though. Tonight, one champion and one contender will be working together to face the other champion and the other contender. But tonight, in the main event, how could we not include this man, now the 2-time European champion, Mason Foster. At lockdown, he did what he set out to do. Haven't quite replaced the side plates yet. Of course, this is only the next day. so he hasn't had the time to re-put on the Welsh flags, but they are coming back onto that title around the waist of the Welsh Wonder Boy, who is probably the happiest man in the world right now, the two-time European champion now, and this time he has promised that he will retain it on his first attempt. And of course he's got to do that in the rematch against Jax Wolfe at Crash Course. He knows that, he's prepared for that, and tonight he takes on Jax Wolfe and the WIW champion Jaden in action here tonight. But the European champion, the crowd favourite, ready to go and compete. And here comes his tag team partner, another man growing in the hearts of the crowd and up the rankings of WIW. It is the hero of wrestling himself. It is SDC. He has grown and grown and grown here in his time in WIW. We knew he was destined for stardom after he won his debut match in a matter of 6 or 7 seconds, as it was. He was destined for greatness, and he's up here now ready to push. The general manager granting him his biggest request. At the main event of Crash Course, SDC will face for the WIW Championship one-on-one with Aaron Albright. His first attempt at a title here. SDC has a huge opportunity. The question is, can the hero of wrestling make good on it? Tonight he gets a good chance, a good test to see whether he is ready and capable to do that. But can he do it? Can the hero of wrestling prove it really will be a thing and get the job done here tonight? Well, these two teaming together, but they've got some tough opposition. And one of those men is the former European champion, as it is now, Jax Wolfe. Could not retain on his first attempt. And of course, the European Championship, we haven't had a dominant champion quite like Jace was. Jace was champion for so long, he held it for so well, and of course left shortly after capturing the losing the title to Mason Foster. Foster then went on to lose it to Skeens. Skeens beat him on the rematch, so he was the one who retained, but then Skeens of course then went on to lose to Jax Wolfe. And Wolfe at Lockdown on the pre-show lost the title once again to Mason Foster. And the title's being passed around, but Mason Foster is determined to retain. But as you can imagine, this man, who's finally got his first taste of gold, is ready to take back the European Championship around his waist. Tonight, he teams with a tough old partner. He teams with finally the reigning defending WIW champion, Aaron Albright. This must be the biggest night of his life so far. Well, last night must have been the biggest night of his life so far. The WIW champion, he was entered the Elimination Chamber, and he did exactly what he set out to do, what the general manager told him he had to do, and that was to retain the WIW Championship. He did exactly what he said he would do, and he did it. The general manager put all his faith on him by trusting him over King Sam to lead Monday Night Mayhem to glory, and the 4-time WIW champion has done just that. Now tonight, just tonight, is the longest reigning WIW champion in history by 1 day, and every day he can hold it is another day. He is the longest reigning WIW champion. Albright continues to make records. Most time champion, most time world champion, now the longest reigning WIW champion in history by default, because he's been the only one who's actually successfully defended it. Bell rings and away we go. And a lot of pressure on everyone in this match, and you can see again some frustrations from some, and then you know, some happiness from others. It's mixed emotions. And tonight you've seen all the frustration building from everyone. Everybody just attacking each other, trash talking each other. Everybody believes they have what it takes, you know, to be at the top. And we're getting towards the big pay-per-views now. We've got some big ones coming up. I don't want to spoil the surprise, but we are getting closer to Insomnia. So as you can imagine, we have got some huge pay-per-views to come. And it's only going to get better from here on out. And now look at this, looking for a suplex. Beautiful triple suplex combination by Jax Wolfe. And Mason Foster on the back pedal to start this one off. But no, doesn't quite give up that easy. There's an inverted DDT by Jax Wolfe. And of course, Jax Wolfe and Mason Foster, as I mentioned, faced off in the pre-show for the European Championship. If you have not seen the pre-show, be sure to check it out. Very, very good. And it was a fantastic matchup between these two. But in the end, we knew Mason Foster was going to walk out the winner. Because Jax Wolfe, he looked alright during the match, but that match was predominantly controlled by Mason, and that new submission hold, the Welsh Dragon Sleeper, getting the job done there for Mason Foster. And of course, tonight teaming with the Hero of Wrestling. Not sure what the relationship is between these two, but they both seem to be on the same page, both pushing and trying to make history, trying to capture their titles. Of course, Mason Foster now a two-time European champion, the first person ever to capture the title twice. Great reach there, and in comes the tag. Mason Foster goes up against Albright. And Albright tried to charge in there with a full head of steam, but gets caught by a lovely little hip toss. And now might look to tag in SDC, where he could take the reins for a little while. Tag in comes SDC, and he's going to get a taste of his opponent for Crash Course for the first time. Big kick. And for SDC, gunning for his first World Championship now as he faces at Crash Course the WIW champion, who he's about to land a big drop kick to. Of course, this coming off his big win to Jaden. Didn't even need to use the Injustice. Brought in the big knee, the Kryptonite, and that was it. That was all he needed. And Aaron Albright must have watched that match over and over and over again. Oh, look at this Tiger Powerbomb. Trying to see, because as he said earlier, he knows that SDC is impressive. He's had some big wins, and he's looked amazing in his rise to the top. But he knows that he can beat Jaden, and that he has beaten Jaden on several occasions. So he believes that's not as impressive, because there isn't anyone that you've beaten that he hasn't beaten. Oh, look at that. Went for the knee. Well caught there by Aaron Albright. Didn't let that Kryptonite knee hit him. Oh, well done there by SDC. And SDC trying to get the better now of the WIW champion. A preview of Crash Course. Of course, we saw a preview of Crash Course there with Mason Foster and Jax Wolfe. And now Aaron Albright looking for a suplex. Connects very well. And Albright's been on a nice little stint as of late. He's been doing whatever it takes to get the job done, but he finally did. And now look at this. Oh, and a curb stomp by the WIW champion. Now might be lining up for the super kick. No, in his corner, going to play to the crowd. And he's earned the right to celebrate here tonight. This is his night, as it is for Mason Foster. But this is an important night for him. The first night as a defending WIW champion. And now sending a message to his next challenger for the title. SDC in trouble. Super kick by Aaron Albright. Dragging him to the middle of the ring, away from the ropes, into the cover. Is Foster going to be able to make the save? He does. Oh, and Foster going to get met with a DDT by Albright. And Albright all of a sudden with a full head of steam. Taking both of them on right now. And, or maybe thought about tagging Jax Wolfe. Jax Wolfe didn't get back in a position in time. Foster just leaves the ring. Not going to do any more than he needs to. Oh, look at that one for the double axe handle. Misses. And now, look at this. Double underhook. DDT! The Mason Foster would be proud of that one. Sitting on the outside, and yep, Mason Foster cheering his head off. He loved that one. And SDC now playing to the crowd. Now trying to fight his way back into it, showing why he calls himself the hero of wrestling, and trying to cement that name in the minds of people. Charging up now, looking for the Kryptonite. Oh no, he's going for a super kick of his own. Albright's in trouble. Super kick. Super kick to the jaw of Aaron Albright. The WIW champion's in trouble. Into the cover. Jax Wolfe doesn't make the save. Didn't need to, a 2 count. No one is going to want to get themselves too hurt, because of course Crash Course not far away. Plus they're all just coming off of big matches at the Lockdown pay-per-view just last night. They're all tired. They're not all at 100%. But look at this. SDC ready to put away the world champ. Oh no. He was thinking Injustice, but well avoided there by Aaron Albright, not letting it happen. And now Aaron Albright, double underhook, brainbuster, connects. He got him. The WIW champion's got him, and into the cover he goes. Is that going to be enough? Mason Foster again. At the count of 2 makes the save. Now being dealt with by Jax Wolfe into the electric chair. Into a suplex. Oh, God, folding him in half there. And he rolls out of danger. And Aaron Albright revving up the crowd. He looks so happy tonight. A huge night last night, and tonight following it through with another great performance. Atomic drop, scoop up slam. Albright in control of the matchup right now. And he's going to the middle rope here. What's Albright thinking? Straight to the middle rope, Albright. Oh, and a massive elbow drop. From the middle rope, and a full head of steam. Look at this SDC in the true fighting spirit. Refusing to give in. Oh, what a catch! And into a DDT. Nice little jumping DDT there. And now SDC begging him to get up. Begging Albright to get up. It's a little close distance. Manages to connect though with the jaw, with the knee. Albright tried to tag out. Tried to crawl to make the tag to Jax Wolfe, but SDC prevented it. And now SDC down in the moment. And look at Albright. So confident right now. He's feeling himself in this match. And now lining up for the Brainbuster again. This hits again. This could be SDC's night all over with. In trouble here as he hooks the arm. Boom! Brainbuster connects. And the WIW champion hits. And into the cover. Is Mason Foster going to get there again? He does. And they've got to stop Mason Foster from running in. Oh, Mason Foster! Spinning heel kick. Spinning heel kick by Mason Foster. Well, both legal men are down. Albright trying to crawl back to his feet after spinning heel kick. Mason Foster trying to keep SDC alive in this match, but SDC doesn't really have much left in the tank. He's taking some huge hits. He can only survive so much more, surely. And now what's he thinking? Oh, look at this. Beautiful spin-out powerbomb. Very nicely done. And Jax Wolfe desperately asking for the tag. He wants to get back in there. But SDC refusing to let it happen. To the opposite corner, SDC. Beautiful, nice little move there. Insecurity after the crash in the corner. Oh, it backed up there. Maybe thinking for the knee. Albright said no. And Albright again looking for the suplex. Well countered by SDC. Gets him up. And a suplex of his own. And SDC, the hero of wrestling, holding his own here in this match, but has taken some shots. He's definitely hurt, and he is in trouble, that is for sure. Both men fighting hard, and of course at Crash Course there won't be anybody else around them. It will just be these two for the WIW Championship. He's going to finally tag out, and he does. Mason Foster and Jax Wolfe come in. And these two, of course, again will face at Crash Course as they have done several times in the last couple of weeks. Foster, oh, hit down with a powerbomb by Jax Wolfe, killing his momentum there as he re-enters the ring. And now Jax Wolfe, what's he thinking? To the outside, what's he got lined up here for Foster? Foster in a spot of trouble here. Oh, and a spear through the middle rope. Beautiful connection there. Very well done indeed by Jax Wolfe. And now Irish whip to the corner. This is not where Foster wants to be. Or might have been thinking Rolling Thunder. Oh, instead, look at this. Hook of the arms. The DDT. He's got it. Connects with the DDT. And into the cover. This is it. Surely. Is that going to be enough? 2. It's only a 2. Wolfe kicks on his own accord. Albright a little hesitant to get involved there and come and save him. But Wolfe kicked out anyway. The former European champion finds a way out of it. Big kick out. And now Mason Foster in control of this matchup, that is for sure. SDC probably not going to be wanting to come back in anytime soon. He is taking some huge hits. Albright still looking relatively fresh, to be honest. Albright still looking in great condition, and if that is a sign of what's to come at Crash Course, Albright might be able to defend for the second time in this stint as champion. Gets him behind. Massive suplex by Jax Wolfe. Might be looking to tag out. Oh, but is he gonna? Oh no, just taunting in Albright's face there. Jax Wolfe keeping his options open maybe for the possibility of a world title push. And now Jax Wolfe looking for the Rolling Thunder. The European champion's in trouble. There's the splash with the Rolling Thunder. And now Mason Foster's in trouble. Because Jax Wolfe looking to humiliate him as he did to him at lockdown. Getting a swing. Look at the speed on the swings as well. Mason Foster, not the heaviest guy in the world. But that's still not an easy task to do. Oh, and look at that, telling SDC to suck it. Jax Wolfe on a mission right now. Look at this. Jax Wolfe with a whole new lease of life and a drop kick to Foster. Foster doesn't even know what's hit him right now. And SDC's in nowhere's land. He's not going to be able to save him if the cover does occur. He's got nothing left in the tank. Mason Foster is all on his own. And a rolling thunder's coming in again. Look at this. Rolls through. There it is. That splash again. Foster in serious jeopardy right now. The DDT, the underhook DDT didn't work for him. And now Jax Wolfe trying to keep going. He's doing amazingly right now. Into the corner. Looking to make the tag. No, Mason Foster prevents it. Wolfe gets behind. Gets it there again. Foster. Oh, he caught him that time. Didn't let him progress further forward. Beautiful. Very nicely done there by Mason Foster. And now picking him up. Needs to tag out here if he can. But SDC not exactly in the best condition to tag. Is he going to go for it? Oh, wait a minute. Look at what he's going for. Mason Foster. We haven't seen this in a long time. And up, up, down, down will be proud. And the Unicorn Stampede is connecting from Mason Foster and SDC taking turns just to beat down Jax Wolfe in the corner. And Albright, all he can do is watch on as the dropkick connects. Big Unicorn Stampede. And straight into the cover goes SDC. Mason Foster just going to watch it happen. Albright once again not interested in making the save. But now, the Unicorn Stampede didn't get the job done. Maybe this will. SDC! Looking for the Injustice. Injustice! Injustice connects. And straight into the cover. Is this enough to put him down? No, it's not! Jax Wolfe kicks out of the Injustice. And Mason Foster, look at that. He's distraught. That took a lot out of him just to do that sequence. SD still gunning, still showing no sign of slowing down. And that was an awkward landing there. It almost looked like he flying headbutt him there on a twist. And I can't believe Jax Wolfe is still going right now. Incredible heart from the former European champion. If only he'd have shown this in the steel cage match, he might have walked out with a successful title defense. Foster back in. Well, SDC and Mason Foster are taking some big hits, but they're still doing everything, pulling out all the stops, acrobatic kicks, doing whatever it takes to walk out the winner here tonight. Up on the shoulder, fireman's carry. Oh, and a beautiful drop onto the rope. And now Foster trying to grab the legs, but Wolfe again still finds a way to fight back. SDC is shattered. He doesn't have much left. And neither does Foster at this rate. Once again in the corner, looking for a third rolling thunder. Foster in trouble. This will be the third time in a row. Oh, what a big splash. He's in trouble now. Jax Wolfe has him right where he wants him. Caught him. Suplex. Wolfe in control. And we might not be too far away from the end. Into the cover. SDC in nowhere's land to make the save. And Mason Foster kicks out again. And Wolfe, in complete disarray, asks for the tag, but Albright going to pretend that he's taken the most hits in the match when he clearly hasn't. Albright fakes it. Look at that. And now he's just perfectly fine. Albright refusing to come in. Jax Wolfe having to do this on his own. Oh, gets caught. Gets caught. Up on the shoulders. And just drops him into a stun gun. That could have been a lot worse there for Wolfe. And Albright just, again, just watching on, pretending that he can't get involved. Refusing to get back in. He's seeing how dangerous SDC and Foster are looking right now, and he doesn't want to be a part of it. And now Mason Foster taking him to his corner again. Is he going to tag in SDC? SDC still not in great shape. And now look at this, Foster. Oh, caught the clothesline. Oh, and into a powerbomb there. And into the cover straight away, but I think there was a rope break breaking that one up. And SDC making sure that Albright didn't want to come to the rescue. And look at this, gets behind. Oh, and do you see the distance on that suplex? Very nicely done there by Mason Foster as he tags back in SDC. Great teamwork between these two. And now SDC bringing him back to his feet. He's already hit him with the Injustice. Needs to find something else maybe to just wrap this one up. But Jax Wolfe just refusing to give in. Might tag out. Does. Back in comes Albright. Albright by far the freshest man out of all three of them. And Albright's going to use all the energy he has preserved to go straight to the top rope. SDC in a spot of trouble here as the WIW champion lines up his opponent for Crash Course. Up he steps. Oh, and a massive drop kick to the back there. And signaling some composure here, Aaron Albright. He's looked in control when he's been in the ring, and especially over SDC. SDC showing some worrying signs here, because he has to deal with Albright. He has to show that he's not going to give in this easy when Crash Course hits, and that he's going to walk out a world champion. But Albright, always looking for a powerbomb. But look at this, SDC still refusing to give in. Oh, and a clothesline takes him to the outside. What do these guys have left in the tank? All of these men just giving it their all, and now Jax Wolfe aiding Albright as much as he can, because they see the threat that is being faced from both of these men, neither of them backing down for anything. And now, look at this, oh, went for the clothesline, misses, and now gets behind, German suplex. Very nicely done indeed, Jax Wolfe. The count is still rising though, and now Albright gonna just toss him down the ring. Jax Wolfe following slowly behind. Wouldn't surprise me if these guys just took the count out win. No, Albright's getting it done. Gets it back into the ring. And SDC needs to be careful with how much more damage he takes. He might not even make it to the pay-per-view if he's not careful. Big kick to the guard. DDT connects. And SDC needs to keep fighting, and he is still fighting. I can't believe he's still fighting, to be honest. He's taking some huge hits. And now Albright gets him up on the shoulders. Just going to use the ropes. He does. Drops him onto the ropes. And Albright surely isn't too far away of maybe thinking about finishing this. Looking for the curb stomp. Connects again with the curb stomp. And Albright is hyped up. Loving this right in front of Albright, and right in front of Mason Foster's face as well. Hyping up the crowd, or at least trying to. Maybe thinking something big. Oh, Kryptonite! Kryptonite! Kryptonite connects! Jax Wolfe is down on the outside. He ain't gonna get there. Oh, and it's SDC! SDC couldn't steal it. That was close. Two and a half count off the Kryptonite. And it nearly got the job done. But now Albright, he didn't get to do this to SDC. Gonna do it to Mason Foster instead. Foster's in trouble. Super kick from the WIW champion. And into the cover. Is Jax Wolfe gonna stop SDC from getting involved? No, he's not. He saves it at 2.5 and his match continues. What a main event to conclude what's been a great night. Everybody giving their all. They surely can't be giving... How do they do this? Can't you tell these guys are peak athletes? Giving their best night in, night out. Literally just last night. Freaking, they were all locked in cages and cells and elimination chambers. And yet they've come out tonight as if nothing had even happened. Into the cover off the curb stomp. It's finally the end. No! Foster kicks out again. But look at Jax Wolfe dealing with SDC. Oh, and a backbreaker. Foster's still trying to fight on, but Albright with an answer to everything Foster's throwing at him right now. And now Albright being picked up. Once again, Foster trying to capitalise. He's by himself now in a vulnerable position. No partner at ringside. This could be the end for the European champion, Brainbuster. Brainbuster. And straight into the cover. Albright and Jax Wolfe pick up the victory. Big win tonight from the WIW champion and European champion #1 contender, Jax Wolfe. What a fantastic matchup. They really both gave it their all. Neither team gave in for a moment. But in the end, the WIW champion prevails. And he sends a message to SDC for Crash Course, which is going to be one hell of a main event as those two collide for the WIW Championship. And that is going to conclude a fantastic after show for the lockdown pay-per-view. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I know I did. Be sure to leave a like if you did. Comment your thoughts and feelings on tonight's show. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace!